BWOne here from BWOne, and guys, this video is actually a review of the LG G Flex that we did back in February a couple months ago, but for one reason or another wasn't able to upload it at that time. So sorry for the late review here, but here is in its entirety our review of the LG G Flex.
BWOne here from BWOne, and in this video I want to give you my review of the LG G Flex. Now the G Flex was originally just an international release, but is now available here in the United States for both AT&T, Verizon, and Sprint. So 3, not both. Both usually indicates 2 there. But it's available here in the US now. It's their new flagship phone, replacing the LG G2, which was originally their flagship. And it's got some pretty interesting specs and features. And overall, very interesting device and something that might appeal to some people, but I think the second version is going to be a little bit better, and I'm going to go over that in my review here. So first thing, let's take a look at the LG G Flex, just the body and display of it here itself. You can see the reason it's called the Flex, we'll just knock that right out of the way, is that it has a flexible display, and it's a curved POLED display, or POLED display, or POLED display, however you want to pronounce it. Basically, it's a flexible display, as you can see here, and it's curved as well too. So the device itself is also curved, not just the display or the screen cover or the glass covering the display. What this allows to happen is that you can actually lay it flat here, and you can push it down, and it can be a little bit flexible there for you. Now, it's not as fully flexible as something you could just kind of just bend and just twist all around like that. It's only going just a little bit of degrees forward. It's not a great degree of flexibility, but it's there to kind of give you an example of what you could possibly do here with the G Flex. They said they could make it more flexible in this, but they wanted to sort of limit it here. Just an example. Now, another thing that it has is the self-healing back cover. It has that Wolverine capability. So basically, for minor scratches, what will happen is that over time, with heat or your body temperature, or just overall heat and such, the scratches will heal. So we're gonna put a small little scratch here with this screwdriver right here. I'm not sure you're gonna be able to see that. Put like a small scratch right there. So we have one right about there. Not sure if you can see that. I have a few other scratches on here, but basically put a small one in there. And if it heats up hot enough, I'm just gonna use my hand right here just to give you an example, my finger here just to rub it out. And then eventually what's gonna happen is that over time, and it does take about a good amount of heat for this to kind of work. We showed an example of this when we've had our first hands-on look of it during CES. You can see here that the scratch is starting to go away. So the minor self-healing is very cool as well too. So if you have this in your pocket or in your purse with your keys or something, and it gets a little scratched here and there, you can just kind of warm it up or put it next to, I want to say next to a heat source, but once it gets a little bit warm, or if you just want to rub on it and create some friction, some heat on it, it's going to be able to sort of make it go away. And very different degrees. The deeper the scratch, it might take a little bit longer. Some still might be there a little bit, and it all just really depends there. But overall, that's pretty cool that a Wolverine ability is there. Also, another thing that they have here on the back is the rear key design, very similar to the G2. I'm still not a fan of the rear key design. A lot of people do like it. I'm still not the biggest fan of it here. Something different that people like is basically how you volume up here, and it's supposed to be a bit of a natural way to be able to press the power button, press the volume up, volume down, and such there. Still not the biggest fan of it being there. I'll still hold on to it. It's more of a novelty. Like I said in my last review, I got a lot of flack for that, but I feel that it's still, I'd rather have the buttons on the side personally, but some people may like that there. It does include LG's knock-on feature, which I can show you here. Tap it, knocks on just like that. And it has some pretty cool sort of effects here. Let's see if we can make it happen here. You can see kind of drop down there on the lock screen and kind of float up like that. So that's pretty cool. You swipe to unlock it here, and you're presented with the screen here. It's a 6-inch display. Yep, my hands make it look small once again. 6-inch. Like I said, POLED display. It's at 720p, which is okay. You're gonna notice some visuals maybe not as sharp as you want it to be, especially if you're seeing something with a little higher res or at 1080p. It's good, decent for most people, but at 6 inches, you really want that 1080p, and that's just something that you would be looking forward to, especially with a curved display here. Being that it's a curved display, it's pretty cool. Now, the viewing angles are pretty good on it as well too, but you will notice some things here with the display. Let's actually go into the browser here. We'll go into just a basic one here. We'll go to our website at BWOne.com. And one of some of the things that I've noticed here with the display is that if you look at it on directly, not sure it's going to translate to the camera, is that if you look at it close enough, you can see sort of the curve as you're looking at it. So it kind of looks like the you can see the scrolling. It kind of looks like it's going up and down that way. That's just something that I didn't notice with it. It might be distracting for some people. I don't mind it too much. But I did notice it, and some people might notice it too. So it's going to be depending if it's going to be a distraction for you or not on that. But that's so far it's all right. It's when you're pretty much looking at sort of in this portrait mode. When you go to landscape like this, which will show you some video on landscape, you definitely don't notice it as much in this mode here. When you're looking from left to right, and you get that nice little cinematic view here with the 6-inch display. It is also powered by a quad-core processor here inside of it. 2 gigabytes of RAM as well too. So that basically means that you're gonna get some nice power out of here, and it's gonna be something that's gonna set you pretty good for a little while. You're gonna get some nice gaming, you're gonna get some nice nice, good, powerful display here out of it. There, kind of stumbled there a little bit, but basically you're gonna be able to run everything on it. It's not really gonna run slow on you. It's the simplest way to put it. You can see here you have your widgets. See, it reacts pretty well. You have the nice visual graphics, and you can customize that out. This is LG sort of, I don't know what they call it now. They went from Optimus UI to LG UI. I don't know if it's called Flex UI. I'm not exactly sure what it's called these days. But the UI on here has a lot of customizations with it as well. We'll actually go here, swipe down. We'll clear that message out there. We'll swipe down here, and you can see some of the quick actions that you can do. You have your Q slide, you have your quick apps, quick memo, all those sorts of cool things. Let's open up. We can open the messaging. You can see that. Actually, can show that as an example here. You have the small messaging app. But those are the quick apps that kind of pop up there. But you can have things like, let's see here, the regular messaging app. You can have, let's see if we can get another app running. We can have AT&T Locker for whatever reason. You can swipe 3 fingers to the side, and it stores it right there. And you can swipe if you swipe like this, it brings it back. Swipe it like this again, it saves it in the app save drawer. We can open up the browser. Swipe it again. And you can store up to 3 apps there as well too. So we can actually bring up another thing here. We can bring up the trailers for videos. We can swipe that up here. I might not let's do that because that's on widescreen, but you kind of get the idea here with that. So if you swipe back, bring up the applications like that, similar to what you've seen in the G2. G2 has the same features as well too. So LG does have some pretty cool customizations and things going on here. We can go to your settings, layout, pretty much compartmentalized in the different little sections here. And now this does come with 32 gigabytes of storage with it, and that's pretty good. You get about 21 to 24 gigabytes available to you. There isn't any way to expand the storage, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. But there is some cool little devices that are coming out that I'm gonna do a little bit of review on that might be able to help out with that. But you can't add any micro SD card storage or anything physically on it to add additional storage with it. A little disappointing there. See here, and we can see our settings here. This is running Android 4.2 on it, not the latest versions, but that's okay. It's still pretty good in terms of sort of its software. Definitely refined a little bit better than what we saw on the G2, where LG starting to clean things up a little bit better, refine the look a little bit better, get things a little closer together, and not so cluttered around, which is something that I've always complained about with LG sort of UI, sort of a kitchen sink with everything around it, but just really nothing sort of organized as well as it should be. But they're sort of getting to that there a little bit better here. All right, we finally got some video fired up here. This is taking a look at video on the LG G Flex here. You can see with the curved display, you really are getting great visuals with it, a very cinematic view. That curved display really does help with that. It's 720p, so it's not as sharp maybe. You may notice a little bit of pixelation, maybe things not as detailed as you may want it to be, but I still think it's very good viewing as well. Still a 720p. A lot of content you get even still in that these days, so still nice to view, still nice to look at overall, and definitely with video content, as you can see here, pretty cool cinematic experience. Let's go ahead and head back out. Let's talk about creating your own content here with the 13 megapixel camera on here. Now, this camera can record at 4K video as well too, 13 megapixel sensor on it. I actually found it to not be as good as the camera on the G2. It's still a more than acceptable camera for what you're going to be doing, posting things online to social networks and such, and taking pretty good photos. And the 4K video is okay, but not as good as I wanted it to be. And the same thing with image quality, just not quite there that I would like it to be. Seems like it took a bit of a step down for the from the LG G2. That could be more due to maybe the type of camera they need to use, since it is a flexible foam with the display and the battery and the curved battery and stuff like that. So that could be one of the reasons there, but a little disappointing there. But the layout of the camera application is a little bit cleaner. that I like a little bit easier to kind of navigate around, very similar to what you see in the G2. Easily to be able to go from video to pictures and takes pictures really fast, snaps really quickly. Just like that, you got a pretty cool photo. That's a camera there for you there. All right, battery life on here is another really good thing. We're talking about really, really good. I was able to go through a full day without needing to even once plug this in. It's been very, very good. Phenomenal battery life coming here from the G Flex. I have to commend LG. They're doing a very good job with Android and helping that battery life out there. So this is one of the best phones with battery life I think available right now that you can get for an for an Android-based device if you're not looking for one of those with those super big batteries on it or something like that. So it's very, 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 very good battery life on here. Like I said, I can go through a whole work day, not have any issues. I have about 3 or 4 social networks connected to this, 2 to 3 email client email addresses connected to this as well too. So, and I made some phone calls, some texts, even though I cleared those texts out before you guys so you can see them. Overall, it's been a very good experience on battery life here. You can probably get a day to a day and a half of just normal usage as you're using it throughout the day. If you're a power user, you'll probably get a full day and probably need to charge just about when you need to go to bed. You might have a little bit more than enough to get through the middle of the night, but you definitely going to probably do that as an average user. You're going to see very, very good battery life out of here, out of the G2. Excuse me, the G Flex out of here. G2 had good battery life as well. But as you can see, overall, the device is a very, very good device. Some of the caveats I have with it is that the camera isn't as good as I would like it to be. The speaker on it isn't the greatest out there. It's a little on the tinny side, and it's kind of back here in the back in an awkward position. So when you're watching content and you have it faced this way, you're not going to be able to hear anything because your hands are going to be here and the content's facing away from you. The audio is facing away from you, and it's also really only on one side, so it's going to kind of sound one side when you're listening to it here. So that's one of the things that I wish they would have kind of moved the speakers or put the speakers in a better position. Right now, HTC with the HTC One has the best speakers on any smartphone possible. It has it in the best location as well too. So hopefully LG will figure out a way to kind of increase that as well too. The camera, not the greatest out there, not what I expected. Like the G2's camera is very, very good. The G Flex, it's not as good as it is, but it's still going to be very good for taking pictures and being able to get a good quality shot out there to share on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, and Instagram as well too. So I wouldn't worry about that too much here. And the 720p display is a bit of a disappointment. I know some people are complaining, 720p is good. Yes, it is good, but 6-inch 1080p, that's what you really want to see. You want to see that nice 1080p full display, or even 2K, even 4K. You just want that nice high resolution. It's really nice to have it, especially on something of a display this size and that curved display like that you see right here. I really do like to see that have 1080p video with video to match with it as well too. So also here's a front-facing camera here. I believe it's 2 megapixels here. I don't use front-facing cameras that much. I know a lot of people like to use selfies, but this does have a cool little selfie mode. I believe you can use with it within the camera software to get a good selfie shot. But overall, the phone is very, very good. And one of the other things that people are gonna ask about is how's it look on your face with that curved display. Well, truthfully, it actually fits pretty well to your face here. As you can see, it's conforms well. Your face is naturally curved anyway, so you can see here it's actually pretty comfortable. And I don't feel like I'm getting my grease or anything here on the screen. It feels like very, very good. Feels natural. Feels like how it should be. So I definitely say that the screen is definitely something. The display, with the curved design on it, does feel pretty good as far as talking on the phone, and doesn't feel awkward in the pocket as well too. It feels like it fits pretty well. And if it does, if you have in some skinny jeans or something like that, even though I don't know why you would put this in skinny jeans, and you sit down, you do have that ability that it flexes just enough there that you won't break your phone, so you won't have to worry about that. But overall, I do like the LG G Flex. It's a powerful phone. Comes with great specs. It's a phone that I think is priced a little too expensive right now, because I think the next version of this phone is going to be great. I think LG has got a winner here in this series. I think they should drop the G name. I think the G thing is a little confusing. It should just be the LG Flex and the Flex series. So you have the Flex 1, Flex 2, Flex 3. I think they have something with that and continue this series going forward, because it's going to be really, really good. It boasts a ton of great features here inside of it. Some of them I didn't go over every single one of them here, but it has nice software features with it as well. Great multimedia experience, great battery life, good overall phone. Something I would definitely recommend out there. Definitely would give it a thumbs up. So if you're looking for something on the multimedia, you want that curved display, that's pretty cool. Flexible display, that's pretty cool. I keep calling it a curved display. It's a curved phone with a flexible display. I should really be saying it there with it. I know I'm saying around, but you guys kind of get the idea there with it. But overall, definitely a phone I would recommend. So give it a thumbs up there. So this is Bowman here from BWOne. If you like this video, stay on there. Gotta stay on for the camera there. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Definitely helps us out. Those likes definitely help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page here for more great videos. Also, check us out on all the other social networks and on our main website at BWOne.com. We're going to have a full written review up of the LG G Flex as well on there, and some more photos and stuff too. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, all those great social networks. So come join the fun with us. So talking about tech and lifestyles, all great stuff. So this is Bowman here from BWOne.com, reminding you to live your tech world in high definition. Thanks for watching.